Hi guys, good morning. So, students who are online also can hear me? Okay, great. Okay, so without wasting further time, let's get started. Tell me, yesterday, I think end to end we have completed our discussion on data types, correct? There is nothing more to discuss. Now, we should be starting with a brand new concept, and this concept today, whatever I am teaching is extremely important because you will be using this literally in every class of core Java. So make sure you're listening and understanding this concept, okay? First of all, I think long back I have told you that in our computer we have our processor. Now processor has the support of two memory devices, one being our hard disk and the other being our RAM, correct? And also I've always been representing hard disk like this and I've also been representing RAM like this, correct? Now whatever program we are going to type and save will always be present inside the hard disk, correct? But if this program should execute, this program must 100% get loaded inside the RAM because RAM is connected to the processor. Yes? Sir, what is new in this, sir? You have already taught us, you may say. Now listen to me carefully. See, when you load your Java program onto the RAM, if you feel one entire 4 GB RAM is dedicated towards a single Java program's execution, you are wrong. Because what you call as a RAM doesn't belong to any one program. It is a shared piece of memory. Yes? Please understand, right now I am playing this animation for you. This software is also executing inside the RAM. Google Chrome is open, that is also executing inside the RAM. Command prompt is executing inside the RAM. The editor where I am typing code is executing inside the RAM. I hope you are able to understand. So like this, there are multiple programs executing inside the RAM. Yes? And if you want to see how many programs are actually executing inside the RAM, there is a way to do it. You just have to go to the search button in Windows and just type task manager like this. Have you guys seen this? I'm sure everybody would have seen this, once at least in your life, called as task manager, correct or not? If you see, all these are the applications which is right now executing in the RAM which I have opened, including Zoom, where people are attending online class, yes or no? And there are many background processes which I didn't essentially open, but they are also still executing. I hope you understand. So many programs are executing inside a shared piece of memory called as the RAM, correct? So try to understand, when you load a Java program into your RAM, for the Java program to execute, one region will be created exclusively for Java. Only for Java, one region will be reserved. That region has a name. The name of that region is only called as JRE. Full form, Java Runtime Environment. So if anybody asks you what is JRE, answer is very simple. JRE is a region on the RAM which has been allocated for the purpose of execution of a Java program. That's it. Am I clear? Okay. Now, as a student, if you really want to grasp Java and understand how it works, you must always understand what happens inside this JRE. Very important. Because this JRE, friends, has been further divided into 4 parts. First part is called as code segment. Second, static. Third is called as the heap segment. And last but not the least is called as the stack. Understood? 4 partitions are there. When you execute a Java program, something happens inside code, something happens inside static, something inside heap, something inside stack. If you can understand what happens inside each segment, your understanding of Java will completely change, because now you will now understand the mechanics of Java, how it works. And please understand, understanding how something works is very useful in multiple occasions. For example, if I should give you a non-technical example, you would have seen, usually in highways or even in cities, sometimes a person who's driving a car, some problem happens in the car and the car breaks down, correct? Now, in highways, I've noticed this always. Car breaks down, the driver will put the car to the side, he will open the bonnet and he will look at the engine. But this fellow has no idea how the engine works, yes? So he will simply stand like this and stare for 10 minutes, he will stare like this, he will touch something, he will try to start, nothing happens. Finally, he will give up and call the mechanic. Now the mechanic comes and looks at the same engine, but the way he looks is completely different because he understands how it works. Immediately he'll pull something, pop something, do something and say try to start, it now starts, correct? So understanding how to use something and understanding how it works are very different. If you understand how it works, when problems happen, you can fix it. Yes or no? Otherwise you can't fix, correct? Okay. Now, problems which happen in programming is only called as bugs or errors or issues, yes or no? Solving problems which is occurring in your code is only called as debugging, yes? And if you want to be able to debug programs well, like how a mechanic knows the engine, you should know the engine of Java, which is only the JR. Am I clear till here? Now everybody should focus. Now, this much one point is clear to all of you. Okay. Now today I am going to start with the new fresh topic. Everybody should listen. Assume I just tell int A, I will tell float B, I will tell character C, and I will tell boolean D like this. And now if I ask you, in Java there are two types of variables. Instance variables, local variables. And if I ask you, is this instance or local? What would your answer be? Local? Instance? Okay, very simple. Let me ask this question in a different way. Assume one fellow is walking on the road. I'll catch him. I'll bring him here. And I will ask you, doctor or engineer? What will you say? Can you answer? You will say, sir, this is just a person. Yes? Give me more information. Then I will tell you doctor or engineer. If you open his bag and you find one stethoscope, then you can say that doctor. If you open his bag and find one laptop, maybe you can say engineer. You open his bag, you don't find anything, then you can say fresher, like that. I hope you're able to understand. Yes or no? In other words, if I simply write 4 variables and if I ask you what they are, your answer should be they are just variables, that's all. Instance or local, you cannot tell me now. Okay, sir. So, how to tell instance or local? Focus. There are 2 types of variables, as I told you. Instance is one, local is the other. Now, what is an instance variable? Listen. These same 4 variables, I am just going to write it again. Okay? Sir, then what are you going to do? Then what I am essentially going to do now is, I am now going to put these 4 variables inside a class. Inside a class. And I will probably call this class itself as a demo, like this. Understood? Now if you ask me instance or local, 100% this is instance. Why, sir? Because in Java, instance variables are such variables which is created directly inside a class. That is the definition. So what is instance variables? Variables which have been created directly inside a class. Simple. Okay, sir, then what is local? Listen, same 4 variables, I will write it again. And this time what I will do is, I will put them inside a method or a function. Clear? Now listen to me carefully. In Java there is a rule. Every single method should compulsorily be inside a class. This is a rule in Java. Correct or not? Okay, now listen to me. Now if you ask me instance or local, I will tell local, because local variables are such variables which is created directly inside a method or a function. Every function will be inside a class, I agree. But tell me first, is it inside class directly or method directly? Method directly. Understood? So One more way to define is instance variables are variables which is created directly inside a class and not inside a method. That is one way to define. Local variables are such variables which is created directly inside a method. Every method will be inside a class. Correct? So now just by looking you are able to tell which is instance, which is local. Just by observing. Yes or no? But the differences between instance and local go way deeper than this. Now if you really want to understand, now we should write a program, otherwise you will not get it. Watch it. So what I will be doing here is, I will just go and type one simple code out for you guys. So all this class, day 11, everything, temporarily I'll remove it. Now observe this. I'll start by creating one class. I'll call this class itself as the demo class. Understood? Okay. Now let me also just increase the size a little. Okay. Now what else, sir? Inside this demo class, I'll create three variables. Int A, float B, and boolean C. Three variables I'm creating. Now tell me, just by looking, instance or local? Instance variables. Very good. Now listen to me. I want this program to execute. Now in Java, if a program should execute, compulsorily there should be one method. Otherwise it won't even start. Which is that method? Main method. Because main method is the entry point into our program. Otherwise it won't start. Now listen to me. If you want, you can write main method inside this class. Below this public static void main, you tell. But what I will do is, I don't want to mix code. So what I will do, for main method, I will create one separate class. I'll create one separate class. I'll call this class as some data. I hope you will understand. Inside this I will tell public static void main of string args, like this. Is this much clear to each and every one of you? Yes? 100% you can take this, put it inside this also. It will work. I am just creating two classes so that code doesn't get mixed. This is the entry point, this is different. Clear to clear? Okay sir, next what? Next what means, now please tell me, class is imaginary. What is real? Objects. Hence I will come inside the main method because execution will start from here. That is why I am creating object here. Am I clear? So I will go here and I will tell new and I will create an object of this class called as demo. Yes? After which I will be giving this a reference. I will call it as D. D has to be of type demo. Clear till here? So the program looks quite simple. There you may feel like there is nothing here, but the problem is, in programming, what the eyes can see is always only 1%. What the eyes cannot see, which is actually happening inside the computer, is 99%. Now listen to me carefully. This program, I typed it. Now I will save it. Can you tell me? I should save it inside a file. What should be the file name? Can you tell me? Demo.java or day11.java? Very good. Those who are revising know that I have told you that the file name should be same as the class name, inside which you have main method. If this main method was inside demo, then you tell demo.java. I agree. But main method is inside day11. So day11.java. Understood? Okay. After saving, now I will try to execute. When I execute this program, the program from the hard disk will be taken and loaded onto the RAM. In the RAM will create one region for Java to execute. What is that region called as? JRE, Java Runtime Environment, which is divided into how many parts? 4 parts, out of which all the code that you have typed or written will automatically go and sit inside one segment called as code segment. It will go sit inside code. But there are 3 more segments. One called as stack, one called as your heap, and of course, last but not the least, you have stack. Of course, I am just showing it like this to you so it's easy to represent. All this is inside what? JRE. JRE is inside what? RAM. So all this is also inside RAM only. Am I clear? Now listen to me carefully. Execution of a Java program always begins from main. Control goes inside main. First line assignment, control goes to RHS. In the RHS, when I tell new, who gets activated? JVM. Yes? Now listen to me and do not forget. Whenever in Java you tell new, JVM gets activated, but it will also do one more thing. It will go inside the heap segment. And inside the heap segment, it will now create a new block of memory with an address. It will allocate a new block of memory with an address. This address, I am assuming it to be 1000. We don't know what is inside the computer. I am assuming it to be 1000. It can be anything. Am I clear? Like how every building has an address. This new block of memory also has an address. Am I clear? Okay, sir. Next what? Next what means JVM will ask programmer, why did you call me and make me allocate that new block of memory? That time you are telling JVM that new block of memory you have allocated so that you can create an object of a class called as demo. Understood? So now JVM will be like, oh, I should create an object of demo class. So now it will go to demo class. And once it reaches demo class, listen to me carefully, JVM will now search for instance variables. JVM will search for instance variables. Are there instance variables? Yes. How many instance variables? 3. A, B and C. Created directly inside class, not inside method. Yes? Okay. Instance variables are such variables for whom the JVM will allocate memory inside the heap segment. Where is memory allocated? Heap segment. Which means, watch it, like this, memory for A gets allocated. Like this, B gets allocated. Like that, C gets allocated. Am I clear till here? Okay, sir, next what? Next what means, tell me, is there any value inside ABC? No. JVM will never leave instance variables empty. It will never leave it empty. Whether you tell or you don't tell, it will give value. It will give value. Sir, what value will it give, sir? These values which JVM automatically gives in Java is technically called as default values. What are they called as? Default values. Clear till here? Now you may ask, what is the default value? Depends upon the type of the variable. Depends upon the type. Tell me, what is the type of a integer? Integer means 0. Byte, short, int, long, 0. Understood? Tell me, what is B? Float. Float means 0.0. Whether it's float or double, 0.0. Tell me, what is C? Boolean. Boolean means false. Understood? Like that, if it is string, it will be null. If it is character or char, it will be an empty character. I will show it to you. It will be empty. Understood? But these are only called as default values. Yes? Okay, sir. Very good. Next what? Next what means when you told new demo, so much happened. Eyes can't see. That is why I am showing. Clear? Next, RHS is over. Control comes to LHS. Tell me in LHS, what is this D, friends? Reference. Correct? Sir, where is reference created, sir? References are always allocated memory inside the stack. So like that, D gets created. Understood? Now please try to understand what is a reference variable. What is a reference variable? A reference variable is a variable which stores the address of an object. The reference variable is a variable which stores the address of an object. Are you able to understand? Tell me, what is the address of that object? 1000. That 1000 will now come and sit inside D. Now D is going to refer to that object. See, try to understand. If you come and ask me, sir, can you show me where silk board is? Then only if I know the address of silk board, I can point you in that direction. Yes or no? So similarly, only if D has the address of the object, it can refer to it. I will understand. So what is a reference variable? A variable which stores the address of an object. So it knows where the object is. That is why it is able to refer. Clear till here? Okay, sir. This much we understood. Now, you want proof that really A, B, C is there, 0, 0.0 false is there. You want proof. For that, a human being will only believe if he can see. A human being can only see if it gets printed on the monitor, which means if it should get printed on the monitor, we should print it. Yes or no? Sir, how to print it, sir? Very, very easy. I'll just go here, watch it, and I will tell system.out.println. Okay, sir, inside this, what are you going to tell, sir? I want to print A. Try to understand how to print A. Very simple. First, you tell D. What does D have? 1000. Immediately, you will reach here. Understood? Now, you want to go inside. How to go inside, sir? Dot. Yes, watch it. If I tell D, I will reach the object. If I tell dot, I will enter the object. Now tell me, A, B, C, 3 variables are there. Which one you want? A. Just tell A. D dot A. Over. Am I clear? Next, tell me if I want to print B, what should I tell? System.out.println D dot B. Similarly, D dot C. That's it. I think everybody understood. Clear till here? Now if in case I were to just go here, compile and execute this code, then only you will get the actual picture. So watch it. If I go, compilation, no issues. If I execute this, 0, 0.0, false. Clear till here? Now let me show you something interesting. I'll just go here. See, this float, I will make it as char. This boolean, I will make it as string. Yes? Now if in case I go, compile the code, execute the code, you can see A is 0 only. But what is character? Empty character. Nothing is there. And what is C? String. What is the default value of string? Null. I hope you understand. So please understand. The default value of integers is 0. Byte short, int long. Default value of real numbers, float and double, is 0.0. Default value of character is empty. Strings are null. Booleans are false. These are default values. That's it. Clear till here? Okay, sir. This also we have clearly understood. Next one. Fine. If this much is also clear to everybody, then some of you will be thinking, sir, I don't want 0, 0.0 false. I want my values. My value should come. I want, for example, A to probably be 100. I want B to probably be 45.5. I want C to be true. How to give my values? Very, very easy. Watch it. First of all, I am just making it back into Boolean and float. Now I will come here. Watch it. After these 3 lines, now you want to change the value of A. See how easy it is. You want to change, isn't it? See. I will tell D. I will reach the object. I will tell dot. I will enter the object. I will tell I want to access A. And to A, I will assign my value of 100. That's all. Yes? Similarly, I will tell D dot B equal to 45.5 F because it is float. Next, I will tell D dot C equal to true. Like this, you can give your values. Now, to see whether your values has come or not, I will copy the same 3 lines and again print so that change should happen. Correct or not? Now watch it carefully. If you do this, first of all, D dot A equal to 100. If you tell that A gets replaced by 100, because one variable can store only one value. D dot B equal to 0.0 is there. That gets replaced by 45.5. F will not come. F is for you to tell Java it is float. Yes? D dot C equal to true. That false gets replaced by true. I hope you understood. Which means now, if in case I were to just go here, compile and execute this code. Observe this. Compilation, no issues. Execution. First, there was default values, which got replaced with your values. Clear? Now, some of you may ask, sir, can I do this, sir, where like this I can directly go here instead of telling here, sir? Can I directly go here and tell maybe A equal to 100, B equal to 45.5? Can you directly give? Yes. Your wish. Am I clear till here? Okay. Okay. This much I hope everybody has understood. If you have understood this, then next, most certainly, you have to understand the definition of instance variables correctly. Now listen to the definition. Instance variables are such variables which is created directly inside the class but not inside any method. Point number 1. Point number 2. Memory for instance variables is allocated by the JVM. inside a segment called as heap segment. Point number 2. Point number 3, instance variables are always automatically provided with default values by the JVM. Understood? So there are 3 points which everybody should mention when they are talking about instance. Created directly inside class, memory is allocated inside heap, JVM provides default values. Clear till here? Now, some of you may have one question, which is, sir, can you tell me why is it that these variables are called as instance variables? Why are they called as instance variables? Is there any purpose behind calling them as instance variables? Yes, try to understand. There is a reason. First of all, this is only an object. This is only an object. Object in programming, in computer science, has one more name. There is an alternate name for object. Object is only also known as instance. That's all. Object, instance, one and the same. Some textbooks will say an object is an instance of a class. You would have read somewhere. Objects are instances of class. Basically, object is nothing but instance. Yes? Now tell me, look at ABC. Where is ABC? Outside the object or inside the object? Inside the object. Variables inside an instance. Instance variables. That's all. Variables which is inside an instance. Instance variables. That's all it is. Am I clear till here? Okay, sir. Great. This also we understood. Now, if this is clear to you, I told you there are 2 types of variables. Instance and local. You must focus. This part, if you do not understand, today's entire class is waste. Now see, I am going to make few changes. First of all, I will just copy these 3 variables. I will delete this class itself. I don't want. Next, I will delete all this object, printing, everything. And those same 3 variables, I will just paste it again. Now tell me, variables are same only, but now the entire meaning only changes in Java. Can you tell me why? Because now what are they? Local variables. Because local variables are such variables which is created directly inside a method, and main is also a method only. Correct or not? Okay. Now try to understand. If it was instance variable, then you have to create object, reference and all that, because instance variable will be inside object. So first object is required. But for local variables, there is no need for any object, not required. If you want to print ABC, see, all you need to do is tell system.out.println and just tell A, that's all. Next line you want to print something, tell B. I hope you understood. Next line you want to print, tell C. And if you logically think, so many questions we solved yesterday, day before. Yes, code snippets. Think and answer. All the variables which I created in data types lecture, were there instance or local variables? Local variables. Yes or no? How were you printing local variables? Directly. No need object, no need reference. Yes or no? Yesterday we had int A equal to 5, int B. How are we printing A and B? System.out.println A, B. That's all. Yes? I hope everyone understood. However, now listen to me carefully. First of all, where does memory for local variables get created? Local variables are never created inside the heap. Heap is only and only for objects, nothing else. Understood? Sir, where is local variables created, sir? Local variable means stack. You should never forget. Understood? Which means memory for A is allocated, memory for B is allocated, memory for C is allocated. Tell me, is there any value inside A, B, C? No. If I don't give any value, who will give value? JVM. What value? Default values. Yes? What is the default value of A? 0. What about B? 0.0. What about C? False. This is where you are 100% wrong. Understood? Because this concept of default values applies only for instance variables. Clear? Local variables are never provided default values, which means if you don't give a value, it is empty. If you don't give a value, it is empty. Now you only logically think A, B, C is empty. An empty variable, you are asking Java to print A, print B, print C. Can you print an empty variable? No. Is why I want all of you to observe this carefully. I'll just remove this animation so that you can see it better. Watch it. If I just compile this program, look at the error which comes. If I press enter, 3 errors. And I want you to read these 3 errors also correctly. See, just read it. What are they saying? Variable A, B, C might not have been initialized. Yes or no? Because initialization is a hi-fi word for giving value. What it is telling us? Programmer A, B, C doesn't have any value. You have not given any value. You are asking me to use it or print it. Not possible. Clear till here? So, how will a student ever understand the meaning of this error if he doesn't even understand instance, local, default values? Yes or no? So tomorrow when you are doing coding and you have created local variables and this error comes, immediately you should know, oh, it's a local variable, I should give value, otherwise it is empty. Correct or not? So watch it. I am now just going to fix this error, and can you please recommend and tell me, how do you think I can fix this error? What should I do? Give value. Problem is no value. Solution is giving value. Yes? And giving value is only called as initialization. Watch it. Now I'll go here and tell, please for A give a value 99. For B I will give a value 45.5F. For C I will give a value true. This is called as initialization. Understood? Now if I go here and if I clear the screen, compile, error has disappeared. If in case I execute 99, 45.5, true. That's it. Clear till here? And if you observed carefully, yesterday, day before also, whenever a variable we had not given a value, even in the representation I was always leaving it as empty only. Yes or no? I didn't give any default value. I hope everybody understood till here. Now listen to my definition. Local variables are such variables which has been created directly inside a method, and every method will anyways be inside a class. Second point, local variables are allocated memory inside which segment? Stack segment. Point number 3, local variables are never provided default values. And hence, the last point, local variables cannot be used without initialization. Without initialization. But instance variables can be used without initialization, because if you don't give, who has given value? JVM. So it is not empty. It is never empty. Understood? I think clearly you have understood difference between instance and local. Commonly asked interview question. Tell me the difference between instance variables and local variables. 4 differences you should mention. Created directly inside class, directly inside method. Memory is allocated in heap, memory is allocated in stack. Default values are provided, default values are not provided. Can be used without initialization, cannot be used without initialization. 4 differences everybody should mention. Yes? That too, if you can write one small piece of code, draw 3 boxes and show the memory, 100% they will be impressed 10 times more. Because you only tell me, friends. None of you knew this is how Java works internally till now. Yes or no? Which means, just like you, whatever is the crowd in this classroom is a reflection of the larger crowd in the market. Please try to understand. Look around you, how people are, that is only the larger population also. In statistics, there is a concept called as population and sample. Have you heard this? For example, you will see surveys saying in India, so much percentage of people earn more than 1 lakh. Yes? Do you really believe that they went and interviewed 150 crore people and came up with that? No. They will only take a sample. They will only take a sample. Sample statistics is a reflection of the population statistics. That is how statistics works. So here only you tell me, if nobody knew, in the larger engineering crowd market, fresher market, do you think people know? No. If here you know, there they will know. If here you don't know, there they will not know. Yes or no? Which means now you know. You know something which the larger crowd doesn't know. You know something which the colleges has never taught you. Now the biggest tragedy will be if you go to an interview and again answer some textbook definition which you have by heart. That will be the biggest tragedy. Understood what I am saying? Now when you go for an interview, you must and should at any cost display the depth of information you have. And that is how in an interview you will stand out from the rest. I hope you understand. See, please understand. In English there is a saying, first impression is the best impression. They say that. In interviews, first impression is the last impression. Forget about best. First impression is the last impression. You don't have another chance. Yes or no? So every question they ask you, more than how many questions you can answer. If you know the answer to a question, you must in a very structured format, in depth answer. Even now I know, though I don't know whether this day number is correct or what, but whatever, let us assume between 10 to 15 classes we have finished. Even now I know 90% of the crowd here, when you sit down to revise, when you sit down to study, you are not revising to answer. That is not even part of your revision. Nobody here is like, okay fine, now data types is over, let me close the book. If somebody asks me what is a data type, how will I answer? If somebody asks me what are the different types of data types in Java, how will I answer? Answer is there, how is not there. Answer is there, structure is not there. Hope you understand. Now, amongst you, already you guys are one level above the rest of the crowd in terms of knowledge. Now, between this crowd, if you want to again raise one level above of people here, then it ultimately comes down to how you will answer. How? Yes? So it is my humble request. Don't simply sit, flip pages. I know. Oh, I know, good. Close the book. All of you are friends, yes? Friends doesn't mean just to go to bar, pub, party, theater. No, this is not friendship. Sit with each other and ask each other questions. Ask one question. See how the other person answers. Then you answer the same question. Then open the notes. See what are the points you missed. Correct? If you do this, trust me, interview will become easy. Placement will become 10 times easier. Correct? Because what will happen to majority is, they'll go to the interviewer, they know the answer, but they'll start stuttering. They'll be like, all these fillers only will come. Because what is happening is, answer is there, flow is not there. Yes? Again, it is my job to tell all the points. It is your job whether you will implement it or not. Because try to understand, I am temporary. Few more months, I will nowhere be in the scene in your life. Yes or no? 2 weeks back, I was nowhere. Few months later, I will again be nowhere in the picture. My presence in your life is temporary. But your career, your life, your journey is permanent. Always remember that. Yes? So when I'm giving you these advices, if you are smart, you will immediately implement it and you will immediately see the result also. So please implement it. Okay? Great. Fine. Having said this, next what should we learn? Now, I think instance local variables concept is extremely clear to all of you. However, today, the most important component which I wanted to teach was not this at all. What is the most important thing that you wanted to teach, sir? Watch it, all of you. Let me see how many of you can answer this question, okay? So, okay, same thing only I'm just showing you. Watch this. I'm sure everyone has heard this somewhere. Pass by value, pass by reference. Some people call it as pass by address, reference or address. Because what is there inside a reference? Address. Correct or not? Somehow 99% of students cannot answer this properly. Second thing is, forget about pass by value. If you do not understand pass by reference in Java, arrays will not make sense, strings will not make sense, oops will not make sense, collections will not make sense. And if these four topics don't make sense, rest of Java will anyways never make sense. Understood? Please make sure at least this one point today with 100% clarity you're understanding and going out of class. Listen to me. First, let's start with pass by value. Okay? What is pass by value? Very simple. Assume I'll create one integer variable a with 1000. Next, I'll create one integer variable b. Next, I will tell whatever is in a, give it to b. Next, I will print a also, I will print b also. Now, please try to understand. This is only a. What is there inside a? 1000. What is 1000? Integer value. What is it? It's a value. Correct or not? Next, this is only b. B is empty. Next line, whatever is inside a, give it to b. Yes or no? Now, please try to understand. What is there inside a is a value. Value inside one variable, if you assign it or pass it to another variable, pass by value. That's all. Value inside one variable, give it to another variable, pass by value. Simple, nothing complicated. Now, if in case I print a, obviously 1000 should get printed. Yes or no? If in case I print b, 1000 should get printed. No confusion at all. However, next line I will tell b equal to 2000. Clear? And now I am going to print the value of a, again print the value of b. Now logically think and answer. I have changed the value of b. Tell me, if I print a now, will it be 1000 or will it be 2000? 1000 or 2000? Some are saying 1000, but also there are many who are saying 2000 also. Yes or no? Okay, tell me if I print b, what will be the answer? 2000. So some are saying a is 1000, b is 2000. Some are saying both a and b are 2000. Now this is where the confusion lies fundamentally in many minds. Please understand, friends, a is a different copy, b is a different copy. Tell me, am I changing a or am I changing b? B. Now if I change b, please understand, on changing b, why do you think a will change? Why? Because a is different, b is different. Think of it this way, a is original, b is Xerox. You change Xerox, will original change? Even now if you didn't understand, see, I am saying, assume this is one Xerox machine. You know, two friends in TAP Academy, let us assume, that is one person and this is one person, okay? Now, this person lost their notes. So what they will do is, they will ask for their friend for a Xerox of the notes and they will take that, Java textbook and get it Xeroxed, okay? Okay, full textbook is getting Xeroxed. Okay, okay, fine, done. Now there are two copies. There is the original copy, there is the Xerox copy. Understood? Now let us assume this person went back home and while studying, some people may have habit of using highlighter, that, this, etc. to mark important points. Now they were studying and while studying they ended up, making some, small notes, etc. in their thing. Okay. Now let us assume the next day there was an offline drive here in TAP Academy. Usually there will be two types of students. One type who will come exactly on time, one who will come little bit late, and there will be one group of students who will come half an hour, 45 minutes early. They will sit down, they will settle down, they will take their books, they will be silently revising. Let us assume this student is the first category who comes on before time and revises. When they come to class and they open their bag, they see that they have forgotten their notes at home. Again that fellow is there also silently sitting and studying. Now immediately she will go to him and say, hey, please 5 minutes you give me your book. Last minute one revision I will do. And then he is kind enough to give the book. Once he gives the book, she opens the book and flips pages and then suddenly abuses this fellow, telling, hey idiot, where is all my highlighter? Why you removed it? Why are you laughing? Because meaningless question that is. What change has been made in the Xerox? Why will it reflect in the original? Yes or no? If this is true in terms of original and Xerox of books, then same thing applies in that example also. A is different, B is different. Whatever is there inside A, you put it inside B. That is like taking a Xerox. Now you change B, A will never get changed. Am I clear till here? I just want to prove this much to you. Watch this. If I were to just go here and tell int A equal to 1000, next int B is empty, next line to B I will assign A, next I will tell system.out.println, I will print the value of A and then I will print the value of B. Next line I will change B by telling B equal to 2000. And then I will just go here, copy the same 2 lines, paste it again. Now watch it. If I go here, compile this code, 1 second. If I compile this code, no issues. If I execute this code, first time both A and B are 1000. Next, A is 1000, B is 2000. Now if I change A, B doesn't change. If I change B, A doesn't change. Is this clear? Now, so the first point you must always remember is taking the value present inside one variable and passing it to another variable is only called as pass by value. In pass by value, change made on one variable does not affect the other variable because they are 2 separate copies. Clear? But this is definitely not how pass by reference works. Not at all like this. Very different. Now listen to this. Pass by value was the very, very easy part. Now everyone should focus. Okay. So here, let me write a small program for your understanding. Now we are talking about pass by reference. Assume like this I will go, friends, and I will create one class. I will call it as car class. Inside car class, I will create one instance variable, string name. One more instance variable, int number of seats. Understood? 2 seats, 4 seats, 6 seats like that. Next, I will tell float cost, 12.6 lakhs, 15.2 lakhs like that. Okay? Now listen to me carefully. Class is imaginary, objects are real. Now to create an object, execution should happen. For execution to happen, main method is required. Again, I will not mix code. I will create a separate class. I will call this class as demo. Inside that I will create main method, public static void main of string args. Inside that main method I will create object of the class. Understood? How, sir? Like this. New. Who gets activated? JVM. Which class is object? Car class is object. I will give it a reference A. A is of type car. Clear till here? And everybody knows internally how this works is, this will be inside the code segment. There is stack, there is heap, there is static. I am not showing that. Tell me, when you tell new, JVM gets activated. What does JVM do? Go to the heap segment and create a brand new block of memory with an address. I am assuming this address to be 1000. Tell me, where is this heap segment? Don't forget that. I am not showing it, okay? Next, you are telling JVM, please create an object of a class called as car. JVM will go to car class, it will see name, number of seats, cost. In other words, 3 instance variables. Memory for instance variables is created inside the heap segment, and that is only name. Next, this is only number of seats. Next, this is only cost. And I think everybody sitting here knows, JVM will never leave those fellows empty, because instance variable means what? Default values. What is the default value of name? String is always null. Very good. Tell me what is number of seats? Int is always 0. Tell me what is float? 0.0. I think everybody understood till here. RHS is over, control comes to LHS. In LHS, what is a reference? Where is reference created? Stat. But I'm not showing stat directly, I'm just showing A. But everybody knows A is inside stat. That address 1000 comes and sits inside A. A is now referring to that object. I think everybody understood till here. Clear, friends? Okay, sir. Now listen to me. Now, I don't want my car's name to be null, seats to be 0, cost to be 0.0. I want to give my values. Can you tell me in the next line how to give my values? A dot name, assign whatever you want. That is what I will do. What have I given it as? Maruti. Very good. A dot number of seats equal to 5. A dot cost equal to some 8.66 F because it is float. Understood? Now obviously name gets replaced by Maruti, the number of seats gets replaced by 5, and of course cost gets replaced by 8.66. I think no confusion till here. Yes or no? Very good. Now just this much I want to type and show to everybody. Watch this. So here quickly, if I have to make changes, I'll just remove all this code. I will go on top of this class. Let the main method be as it is. I'll call this as class car. Inside this I will tell string type name, I will tell int type number of seats, and I will also tell float type cost. Okay? There in the animation I told class demo, here I am calling it as day 11, doesn't matter, it's just a name. I will come here and tell new car. I will give this a reference, I will call the reference as A. A has to be of type car. Next line, A dot name equal to within double quotes Maruti, like this. Next, A dot number of seats, I will give it as 5. Next, last but not the least, A dot cost equal to 8.66 F. Clear till here? Okay. Now I just want to print it. System.out.println, and first tell me how to print name. A dot name. I think you understood. Next, A dot number of seats. Next, A dot cost. Clear till here, friends? Now if in case I just go here, compilation no issues, execution, you got the output. Understood? Now everybody knows if I were to copy the same 3 lines, paste it here, can you please think and answer what will be the output in this case? Very good. Null, 0, null, 0 and 0.0. Then it gets replaced. So please understand, default values are compulsorily there. Don't think it is not there. Default values are always there. Okay? Fine. Okay, sir, we understood. I'll remove these 3 lines. Now comes the interesting part. Watch this. Everybody should give me 100% focus. Now see one change I will make to my program. Observe this carefully. Again here I am just going to print that, print this and print cost. This much we have already done. Now see one line I am going to type. Car type B semicolon. Now those who are focusing, think and answer. Am I creating an object or am I just creating a reference? How do you say this is not an object? How do you say that? Because to create an object you should have called one fellow. Who is that fellow? JVM. How will you call JVM? New. Did you tell new car? No. Which means that, my friends, is not an object. You have just created one reference variable called as B. That's all. As of now B is empty. Nothing is there inside. Now watch it. Last time also I told, whatever is in A, assign it to B. This time also I will tell, whatever is in A, assign it to B. Understood? Now everybody should think logically and answer. Tell me, what is there inside A? 1000. What is this 1000? Value or address? Address. This time it is not a value, it is an address. Which means, address inside one reference variable, I am passing it to another reference variable. Pass by reference. pass by address. Am I clear? Which means now that 1000 goes and sits inside B. Now listen to me carefully. Something very, very interesting happens in Java when two reference variables have the same address. Two reference variables have the same address. Yes or no? What will happen, sir? What will happen means even this B will start to refer to the same object. Even B will start to refer to the same object. Which means, think logically, object is 1, references are 2. Understood? Now some of you may ask me, sir, can one object have more than one reference, sir? Yes. Why 2? It can have 200 references also. Because that is how it is in real life. Sir, we didn't understand. All of you are human beings, correct? Now, how will I refer to you using your name? Your name is only your reference. It is through your name that I access your properties. It is through your name that I access your behaviors. Yes or no? Now think logically. Every human being doesn't have only one name. Think logically. Because the day you are born, in your birth certificate, there was a name, your official name given by your parents. Then you went back home. As children, everybody is very cute, etc. So, they'll give you one pet name. Yes or no? Chinna, Munna, Chintu, Munni, like that, they will give you some name. Yes? That is also your name only. You are only referring to that. Then you grew up, you went to college and you met your amazing friends. Yes? Now they gave you a beautiful nickname, which we can't use in class. That is also your name only. Correct? Then maybe you got into some relationship, girlfriend, boyfriend, they would have also given you one name. That is also your name only. Now please try to understand, human being is one, but names are many. Yes or no? Similarly, object is one, references are many. Possible. Now try to understand, in my program, if I tell A, same car only. If I tell B, same car only. Because both A and B are not two different cars. They are one and the same. Am I clear? Now you are all shaking your head and saying, yes, same. Now watch it. See what I will do. I will tell B dot name equal to Kia. Next, B dot number of seats equal to 7. Next, B dot cost equal to 15.767. Like this I will tell. Okay? Now, let me see whether you have truly understood it or not. So, I am just going here. Tell me, friends. See here, look at the code carefully. I will tell car type B. Car type B, semicolon. Next line, to B I will assign whatever is inside A. After which, now see carefully, B dot name equal to, within double quotes I will tell Kia. Next, B dot number of seats, I will give it as 7. Next, B dot cost, I will give it as some 15.22F, something, some value I will give. Understood? Now, see here, I will go here and tell system dot out dot println, and I will tell B dot name. Okay. Next I will tell B dot number of seats. Next I will tell B dot cost. Think logically and answer. These three lines will the output be Maruti and its information or Kia and its information? Kia and its information. Very good. Now, according to you, it should be Kia. Let's check it. Look at the last three lines only. Okay. If I compile it, no issues. If I execute it, look at the last three output. Kia 7, 15.22. Correct. You're right. Kia on. Now I'm asking you, assume I'll go here, copy these three lines and paste it after this. Correct? So these three lines gave you Kia, whatever. Yes? Now I'm telling A dot name, A dot number of seats, A dot cost. Think logically and answer, should I get the output as Maruti or should I get the output as Kia? Kia. Maruti. Kia. Kya Kia, Q Kia. Okay. Now, there are students, even now, there are students, half are saying Kia, half are saying Maruti. Now, those people who are saying Maruti, maybe they need explanation a little differently, okay? Now, listen to me. Assume I will pick one student from class. I will not pick, don't worry. Assume I will randomly pick one student. Let us assume that student's name is Sanket. Is there any Sanket here in class? No? Okay, good. Sanket, huh? No? Okay. Okay. Assume there is one Sanket in class. Sanket in his house, very lovingly they call him as Chinna. Okay, let us assume. Now, I know Sanket's original name, I know his nickname. So, I will call Sanket. Sanket, please come to stage. Sanket will come and I'll be like, Sanket, how are you? Like, I'm good, sir. And then, oh, you're very good. I'll give one slap. And then I will send him back. Now, Sanket's head is fully spinning. His world is only spinning. Saying, what happened to me? This fellow simply called me, slapped me, sent me. What is happening? 2 minutes later, I will be like, Chinna, come here. Okay. Sanket is fully shook. Okay, you know, is he calling me? And I'm like, you only, Chinna, come here. Again, I'll call. I'll be like, Chinna, why do you look so sad? Okay, what happened to you? He'll be like, sir, one screw is loose for you, I think. Just 2 minutes back, you slapped me. Now you're asking me, why am I sad? I'll be like, Chinna, I slapped Sanket, not you. Keep quiet. That is what you Maruti people are telling me. Yes or no? Please understand, whether I say Sanket and slap or Chinna and slap, am I slapping the same object or different object? Same object. Which means, using B if you change or using A if you change. Are you changing the same object or different object? Same. Which means, why do you say that once you change the name to Kia using B, A dot name is going to be Maruti? No, because A and B are one and the same. If you still didn't understand, watch this carefully and try to observe what I'm saying. If I just go here now, what you must clearly understand here is, now you told B dot name equal to Kia. Watch it. B means you will reach here. Same address only. Dot you will enter. What are you modifying? Name. One variable can have only one value. Maruti is going to get replaced by Kia. Yes? Similarly, B dot number of seats, 7 is going to replace 5. Similarly, B dot cost, 15.76 will replace 8.66. Correct? Then you printed B dot name, B dot cost, B dot number of seats, you got the output. Then I am saying, system dot out dot println, A dot name. What is the answer? Kia only. A dot number of seats, 7 only. A, B and A dot cost is 15.76. Please try to understand. This is the main difference between pass by value and pass by reference. In pass by value, A is different, B is different. Change B doesn't affect A. Change A doesn't affect B. But in pass by reference, A and B are one and the same. This is what people don't understand. Am I clear? So, I think everybody who told Kia has understood the concept correctly, and others also. I hope now things have made more sense to you. So, watch it. If I just go, compile this code, execute this code, whether you tell B, whether you tell A, answer is one and the same. Now, see, if you really understood, I'll just go here, see below this, I will tell car type C. Tell me, object or reference? Reference. Just reference, no object. Next line I will tell, to C you please assign whatever is inside A. Tell me what is there inside A? 1000. Same address goes to C, which means A, B, C all have 1000, 1000, 1000, which means all three fellows are referring to the same object. Correct or not? So now watch it. If I tell C dot name equal to some Tata, like this I will tell. Am I clear? Now see what I will do. I will tell system dot out dot println and I will tell C dot name. C dot name. Then I will tell system.out.println A dot name. Then I will tell system.out.println B dot name. Now whether you tell C or A or B, same or different? Same. Which means if you change using C, A is also changed, B is also changed. And hence if I just go here, compile this code, execute this code, all three fellows have become done. I think once and for all you have understood this concept. Extremely important. Clear till here? Okay. Yes sir, this also we understood. If you understood, then please answer my last and final question for this class, which is, I have now been using 1000 throughout today's class. I have been using 1000. Now my simple question to you guys is, boss, what is this 1000? What is this? Is this a value or is this an address? Address. Value. Address value. Okay. Fine. Let me ask this in a different way. I realize normally I cannot teach you guys. Okay. What is this? Oh, very good. Now tell me, if I ask a fundamental question, is this knife good or bad? Both, huh? Oh. Depends upon use. The right answer here is depends upon who is holding it. Yes or no? Literally depends upon who's holding it. Correct? Tell me, in the night you are walking, okay? And I don't know whether you guys know, in BTM there is one gang of robbers called as Copper Gang. Okay? Why they are called as Copper Gang, is a different story. But point is, there is one gang. Okay? Assume night 12 o'clock, you are walking. Suddenly someone taps you behind and holds a knife to your back. Good or bad? Bad. Okay. Bad, huh? Okay. Now, let us assume, like me, you are married and you have settled down in life, and one day after all work, you go back home. Okay? You ring the bell. Your wife opens the door with a knife in her hand. Good or bad? Very bad, huh? Again, depends is all I am trying to say. Yes or no? So friends, knife is neither good nor bad. It depends upon who is holding it. Similarly, if I ask you is 1000 value or address, you cannot make that conclusion. It depends who is holding it. Example, if I go here and tell like this, int A is holding 1000. Now what is it? Value. But if I tell car type A is holding it, now what is it? Address. So in my classes, I will be using 1000 interchangeably. Sometimes as values, sometimes as address. You must not get confused. Clear till here? So I think this class was in a way a very, very important foundational class. What I have taught you in probably the last 1 hour 15 minutes, if I should give you a 5-minute recap. First we learned that in Java there is something called as JRE, which is a region allocated on the RAM for the purpose of execution of a Java program, which has been further divided into 4 parts: code, stack, heap and static. Any order you can say. Yes? Whatever program code is written will be inside the code segment. Objects are created inside the heap segment. Local variables and references are created in the stack segment. Yes? You understood? Instance means memory is in heap, default values are given, and 100% you will be able to use it without initialization. Of course, created directly inside a class. Local means created directly inside a method. Memory is allocated in the stack. No default values cannot be used without initialization. Then of course, just now you understood pass by value, pass by reference or address. Clear till here? Fine. Today we will conclude the discussion here for now. And if there is any doubts, you can please come and meet me. No doubts, take a half an hour break and come back for your SQL class. Okay? Thank you so much.